the Secretary General, the embattled Secretary General of ODM, Edwin Sifuna, has hired a senior counsel. The senior counsel is called Behan and Okero Advocates. Isaac Okero was formerly the president of the Law Society of Kenya. He is now a senior counsel representing Sifuna in this matter. He filed a matter before the political parties tribunal where he is seeking the following orders. 1, that the matter be certified urgent and be heard ex parte, be heard without the other party being present. What prayers is he seeking? 1, pending inter partes hearing of this application, he seeks an order to stop an injunction to be issued against ODM from expelling him and from disciplining him. Whether the tribunal will give those orders, we will see what his prayers are. He says, pending hearing and determination of this application, the implementation of the resolution made by the National Executive Committee of the Orange Democratic Movement Party on 11th February 2026 to remove Edwin Sifuna as the Secretary General of the party be stayed. That decision to be stayed. B, all and any proceedings ordered, directed by and flowing from the first respondent's letter of 2nd April 2026 entitled Notice to Show Cause be stayed. Remember, there's a notice to show cause Sifuna was issued. D, an order of injunction is be issued restraining ODM from in any way implementing the resolution made by the National Executive Committee of the Orange Democratic Movement Party on 11th February 2026, purporting to remove Edwin Sifuna as the Secretary General of the party, or any decision for the removal of Edwin Sifuna as the Secretary General. So, they have gone to court. What grounds have they provided for going to court? Edwin Sifuna has sworn an affidavit. The affidavit is dated 7th day of April 2026. The signature of Sifuna is there. He says, I, Edwin Sifuna, do make oath and state as follows. Sifuna himself is saying he is currently the Secretary General of ODM. In paragraph 3, paragraph 2.3 says, under ODM, he was elected as the ODM Secretary General in December 2021 by the National Delegates Committee held at Moi International Sports Center Kasarani in Nairobi, by virtue of which I am a member of the ODM NEC. He moves on to say in paragraph 4 that on the 8th of February, the National Executive Director of ODM sent a notice posting on the WhatsApp message platform to the NSC WhatsApp calling for a meeting on 11th of February 2026. The agenda for that meeting was this. 1, confirmation of minutes of 2 previous meetings. 2, matters arising. 3, report on the resolutions of Central Committee of 12th January 2026. 4, review of the implementation of the 10-point agenda. 5, developments in Azimio, La Umoja One Kenya Coalition and ODM position. Lastly, preparation for the National Delegates Convention. He has attached the screenshot. Is there an agenda this here showing that there was an agenda to discuss Sifuna's removal? It's not there. Can the Secretary General be removed without an agenda? That one, as I told you, ODM needs to learn the law. If they wanted to remove Sifuna, they could have put it as an agenda. Removal of a Secretary General cannot be an AOB matter. And that is why Sifuna, I'm telling you, is going to move forward. Then, paragraph 5, Sifuna was told to attend the meeting on 11th February 2026. Paragraph 5, Sifuna says, I could not attend the meeting because I had concerns that my security was at risk, given information conveyed to me by certain party members, which information I do verily believe was true. I duly called and gave my apologies to the executive director of ODM and notified him that I was not in a position to attend the meeting. Sifuna called the executive director of ODM and raised the issue about his security concern. He feared the goods will beat him. Yesterday, Ososi, the senator of Vihiga, was beaten by goons. Was this not a serious ground to adjourn the meeting or remove it from the venue where the National Executive meeting was going to meet? So Sifuna, I told you, he has a good case. He'll survive. After he gave this, he raises in 6.1. He's raising the question. He has been given a notice to show cause. The notice to show cause is the first thing in a disciplinary process. What did we hear? ODM announced the following, that Sifuna has been removed from office. Paragraph 8, Sifuna says, in a press conference held on 11th February 2026, resolutions of the NEC meeting of even date were read out by the ODM Deputy Secretary General, Honorable Catherine Omanyo, including a purported resolution number 6 entitled Party Discipline and Leadership. And it said that the NEC resolved to remove the complainant, that is Sifuna, from the office of the Secretary General of ODM with immediate effect with the ODM Constitution and the applicable law. So, already Sifuna is removed. What is the position of the ODM Constitution according to Sifuna? Before anybody is removed, any official, the law, ODM Constitution, under Article 74, Sub-Article 3 states, it is here provided that prior to the removal of any office bearer, he or she shall be granted adequate opportunity to defend himself or herself against any allegations that may have been leveled against him. Was Sifuna given a chance to defend himself? No. Did he appear before the tribunal? No. So, was he heard? No. And therefore, that's what I'm saying, Sifuna will survive. He moves on to say, he analyzes. He says he was given the summons to appear on Thursday, a day before Easter. He was given 4 days to defend himself. In paragraph 15.5, he says, I was given 4 days within which I'm to respond to vague and imprecise allegations on the eve of Easter, long weekend beginning and concluding with the 2 public holidays, thereby effectively giving me only 1 day, the 7th April 2026, to respond. Under the general interpretation law, public holidays are not counted as working days. So he was given this letter on Thursday. Friday was Good Easter Friday. Saturday was a holiday. Sunday is a holiday. Monday was Good Easter Monday. So he could not be able to assemble defense of himself. What does Article 50 of the Constitution say? Any accused person must be given ample time to prepare for his defense. That is another ground that Sifuna has raised. Another ground Sifuna has raised in this affidavit is that the show cause letter is coming after he has already been removed. It can't now be given a show cause letter when already he has been removed. The show cause letter was supposed to have come first. Sifuna raises also the second issue about the show cause letter. What is the law on show cause letter? The show cause letter, you are an employee or appointed officer is given to explain. If the explanation is sufficient, there is no hearing. Here, Sifuna has been given a show cause letter to respond latest by 8th, which was on Wednesday. A hearing date has been fixed on 10th, Friday, at 10 a.m. Already, Sifuna is raising the question. The National Executive Council has already made up a mind that he has a case to answer, even before he has responded. And that is why Sifuna is raising very serious issues here. The National Executive Council has become the complainer, that is the accuser. It is the prosecutor, and it is the judge. And that's what I'm saying. They have not learned. Sifuna learned every time he attempted to remove people from office, he lost. He has learned, now he's filing a case using his past mistakes. Then the next question Sifuna is raising, will the tribunal listen to him now? He has raised this question. The national delegates, the neck is the highest organ. It is what has made this decision. Is there again room left to appeal? There's no room left. The final body, which is the highest apex organ, has decided. The internal dispute resolution mechanism cannot purport to listen and open up a case. Can a matter that has been decided by the Supreme Court be opened by a magistrate? The decision of NEC is the Supreme Court. That Sifuna is already out. Can a magistrate now hear this matter in a show cause letter? No. So that is the ground Sifuna is raising. When it comes to the question, if this is the position, what has Sifuna done to try and activate his issues? In paragraph 16, Sifuna says his lawyers wrote to ODM under Article 88(3) of ODM and they invoked IDRM, Internal Dispute Resolution Mechanisms. And under it, he declared a copy. He says, I do verily believe that A copy of the respondent's letter dated 2nd April 2026, responding to my declaration of a dispute for arbitration, is at page 90. Sifuna wrote under Article 89 of ODM and declared this dispute. A dispute has been declared. The Arbitration Act follows. That is settled law. ODM said in its constitution, whenever there is a dispute, the letter written pursuant to Article 88 of the ODM Act provides for an arbitration to be done. Is the notice to show cause in agreement with that? No. So Sifuna has gone to the tribunal and telling the tribunal, I have nowhere else to go. You have always stopped ODM from exercising its impunity. It is arbitrary, it's decisions that are arbitrary. I am coming before this court. I know my matter was struck out, but by that time, I had not invoked the arbitration clause. And I'm definite ODM will not be able to remove Sifuna from its rank. It is politically very bad for Sifuna to be within ODM. ODM is moving towards UDA. But Sifuna in law is what you call the nuisance value in the house. He's not going to be there for long, but he'll be in kukoroga na kusumbua watu. The law is on Sifuna's side. Politically, Sifuna has no space in ODM. And he knows it that very well. But the end result, the courts will return him there. Whether he'll be allowed to discharge the mandate of ODM, he will not be allowed to discharge the mandate. Why is this concept very interesting? Most employment and labor relation courts have said, if the employer does not want you, the courts cannot order you to be reinstated after you have been sacked. Instead, the courts will order for your compensation. Is Sifuna going to be retained but without any work? Is Sifuna going to be in ODM without any of these issues? The same story we saw, they removed Ososi. Ososi said, Senator for Vihiga, he will not contest. But Sifuna has gone back. As a lawyer, Sifuna knows, anytime Sifuna is in court, his popularity rises. Anytime Sifuna is seen to be fought by ODM, he makes more mileage. ODM loses in this fight against Sifuna. Imagine if today ODM ignored Sifuna. Will Sifuna be attracting the following he has gotten? Will the slogan, Mimi ndiye Sifuna, will it have any meaning? It has meaning. And Sifuna, having been in politics from his father to him, and being a shrewd advocate and a secretary general, he knows the value. Wakili, Dan Sanumari is not politics on this matter. We bring you the law as it is. Sifuna will have 9 lives. Normally, it was Paul Ngei. People used to call Paul Ngei the late as the man who had 9 lives of survival. Sifuna to date, he's surviving. The president and Beba Mawe, Obur Odinga, they are together. Sifuna is a small man giving hell to the political juggernaut that the president and Oburu have drafted. Wakili Dan Sanumari.